And, you know, interesting that Azurus himself, he doesn't seem to have kind of the same favor. He prefers just to play with the 5 rifles on this map. And I can sort of understand it, right? A lot of chokeholds, a lot of close positions, right? Where the rifles are going to have a lot more preference, especially if you want to find yourself into a double kill. But, you know, he never really wants to pick one up. So, interestingly said. Either way, we're on the way, ladies and gentlemen. Prodigies on the T side, just around on the way. Can they finally get one?
Let's see. They've got utility on Zurus and on FNK. Smoke, 2 mollies, and 2 flashes. They're looking for this B site where Freak is alone with this USP. He has got some help. He will get some help by Quiste on Heaven right now. But if this timing is great, which I think it is, the flashes are coming in and they're going to get the site. Strategy is not going to overextend. They want that bomb plant and they're going to get it really fast. It's down to Catchii for this retake. They've got the defuse kit on Avo, but 10 players retake. It's always exciting.
Yeah, bomb goes down. Post plant to be set up, as you mentioned, 5 versus 5. In comes the resurgence. There's the first, though. Probably going to find one. SPT for a double. That's huge. Looking for more. Can he find even yet another tap? Doesn't matter. The Squirts will come for support. It's all started to dwindle. It's left down to 1, but he will be able to tap it away. Trying to bring it down to 1 versus 1, and he has found the SPT all alone.
All alone, and the defuse kit is on Avo, so SBT is playing with fire. He's had that information, and he got 2 headshots looking for the 3rd, but he's not going to get it. Avo, the hero for Catchii. Oh, does he have enough time? He's going to be down to the wire. 1 second. Oh my god, he has it.
Literally less than a second he had that. That was ridiculous. He got the kill with 7 seconds left on the bomb, had a kit in hand, 5 seconds to defuse, got there at about 5.5, just as the 6 turned to 5. Ridiculous from Catchii. But Mr. Pinkman, unfortunately, yet another pistol round that doesn't go the way of the Prodigies. But you know what, actually, most importantly, a bomb down and quite a few kills means they've got money to work with. And look, for the Prodigies, bringing in 2 AKs, 2 Galils and a Deagle, and a lot of utility in the hands of FNK. In the grand scheme, that's not a bad buy.
Yeah, true. I mean, yesterday we had like a similar start. We were down like 6-1. And we're good at comebacks. We're better at gun rounds from what we saw. And like I mentioned, always on this T side, 6 rounds should be enough. And this force buy is looking to attack mid, where Quiste is waiting on Heaven with his FAMAS. He's going to have some information, some damage dealt from the Prodigy side, but nothing too serious. Things are going to calm down.
Yeah, bit of a peak. Have a little look in, but a very, very slow tempo here. For the Prodigy, there's no real need to do anything too kind of overzealous. They don't need to be too aggressive. So he can come through. The MP9 of Rebecca Fiskin will find the first. The FAMAS looking to double it down. Won't be able to find it though.
No trade for the Prodigy side. The AK recollector from FNK still, but they needed that entry. They expended most of their util right now. They're down to 1 flash and 1 molly, which can be enough, but this MP9 is jumping up and down in mid, and Zurus is going to get that trade, and he's going to get away with it. Quiste with the FAMAS is not alone. They're looking to aggress if the Prodigies are moving onto this B side, which they are doing right now. They will find that side empty. Quiste still waiting for that mid peak. Freak is also with him, and Avo has information. Zurus with another kill onto Quiste, and the molly is going to delay and give them some time, but the Prodigies are getting yet another headshot. Zurus a triple kill so far.
Quirt as well. Not quite done just yet. Wants a much safer plant. Bomb will go down. Could be tested, Abu. Having a little peek in, looking for one. Will be traded out. As Crawler going to find one of his own. Numbers still favour the Prodigies. Eventually, the force bars are most important, and Quirt will see it off. Zurus, 3 kills to his name. Quirt will see off the final. An important round as these 2 step up when it matters most for the Prodigies. Tying this game up 1 round apiece. But as you mentioned, I said this yesterday and I'll say it again. The force buy rounds, so round number 2, more important than the pistols, because that's where you really take control of the economy. And you look towards Catchii now, they could invest back in if they wanted to, but they wouldn't really bring much to the table. And that's what we see, right? They've gone for a full investment, but they can't really bring too much.
Exactly. The difference is the loss bonus is on the first stage, whereas for the Prodigies it was on the second, and that bomb plant. But let's look at the aggressive play. Hello! He gets the first headshot. Quirge looking for the second one is Straxi, and Zurus a little bit of chaos, but the Prodigies are good in chaos, seems like. Yeah,
they thrive in it. Molly will come over towards Tetris. That site is completely barren now. The rotation coming through, but I don't expect it to find too much, or so I say. Quiston, lovely shot with an eagle, the 5-7. Looks strange. We'll have a little look in. One will go down. That's most important. Numbers favour the Prodigies too. They're in a very, very strong position. As long as they don't overextend, it should be fine. And lovely swing from Quirts too.
The pre-fire, he just knows. He knows where they're going to peak eventually, and he gets that headshot. Freak. Actually, it's actually Frecka. But still, he's going to try to save this 5-7. The force buy, I like the idea from Catchii. I mean, you have pistols. Try to use them close range. The Deagles, we know how powerful that can be. The PT-50 from XD, Pira, was a lot of surprise. The flashes were coming in left and right, but eventually the Prodigies got those 3 kills and secured the round.
Important stuff. Very, very important for the Prodigy to starting to now, at the very least, bridge a bit of a gap. And you look towards Catchii as well. Off the back of them force investing in towards round number 3, there really shouldn't be too much brought to the table. And that's the case, right? They're going to have to go from what is more or less a full eco. They have to stick around that 2K mark. They can't reinvest because they're never really going to have a stable economy if they continue to do so. Call a save here. Just try and keep hold of what they've got. If they can make it expensive, hey, that'd be nice. But it's not really a necessity. This round, it's a little bit of a throwaway. I mean, I've seen a gamble stack over towards A.
Yeah, I mean, the Prodigies saw this yesterday. We played Vertigo. It was this exact same stack. And I think they will be ready. It's FNK and Quirts working up for this round position. Great nades. Frecka hasn't seen anyone, but Abu has got the headshot onto Quirts. Actually, in here, the CTs are coming raining down. FNK is taking a lot of damage, gets killed by Frecka. Zurus has the perfect weapon for the job, gets the first headshot, looking for the second one. Quiston will trace. Straxi gets the headshot onto him, but still, numbers favor Catchii side, but no defuse kit and no armor and no HP. The damage is looking great, and they're seeking for more.
The positive, right? They've made it expensive if you are, a fan of the Catchii side. Rotation has been heard. Have a little peek in. Arm spotted. A little bit of a laboured spray. We'll find a kill. Looking for more. Never in doubt for Straxi as well. One left alive, and, well, we've heard him spray away. We know exactly where he's coming from. Frecka. I think this one is a done job here. Straxi with a couple of peeks just to keep him at bay if he wants to keep that AK in play. Straxi, other ideas. Great round. When it was looking dicey, they recoup it back in their favour.
Yeah, it was really important because those USPs come swarming in. Quirts got eliminated early, and then we saw FNK. He couldn't do anything. He just got wallbanged. 5 people shooting at him at the same time. You can't survive that. But we're going to head into the comms on this 5th round. Alright,
okay,
we're going to be back with
Maybe
casting.
no comms. Maybe no comms. It was a little bit quiet. I was going to say, there was not a lot of chatter in the server. It's quite a Straxi. They'll find a double opener. And look, that means that B side becomes completely barren. All they really have to be careful of are stairs.
Yeah, and pretty much the round is over at this point. 3 versus 5. The retake is going to be really hard. Not impossible, but if you're Catchii and the result is not on your side, you need these weapons for the next round. The loss bonus is going to be at its 4th stage, 2,900 per player, so they can force buy back to this. I mean, the surviving players can drop M4s because they got the A1S, not the A4s, at the exact price of 2,900. So another buy coming in, but the Prodigies, quite the comeback after they lost the pistol.
Yeah, I gotta say, for the Prodigy side, this was kind of the first true test, I guess you could put it, where both sides have, a conclusive full buy, and they are making this look easy. And I like the idea to go hunting as well. It means that the economy is always going to be really dicey. If they can keep any rifle saved across here, it's going to be something, and the answer is no. All 5 remain alive for the Prodigies as they go hunting. I mean, that nothing is safe for Catchii. That is monumental for them. Such a huge way to kind of really reinstate about how successful this side has been on Vertigo and how strong they are.
Yeah, they basically bullied them. And I mean, I did all the math of how they can force, they can actually have a full buy onto this next round, but now they got nothing. I mean, a couple of upgraded pistols, but pretty much that's it. 4-1, the Prodigies are looking strong once again on Vertigo. Crowley has the deagle, and the flash comes in. The first headshot is secured by Frecka. Straxi, that AK is redeemable. Nice one, Deeg from Crowley, and SVT needs to be more careful. Another headshot for the Catchii side. Bomb is down. FNK gets shut down by Crowley with that AK. Now he's down to SVT and Quirts.
Already. causing a couple of issues here. Catchii finally at least making this a bit of a contest, and it's off the back of a very minimalistic buy. Bomb needs to be collected, and SPT will find it and somehow escapes with his life intact. Bullets all around him. But that bomb is collected. Doesn't matter. SPT will fall. Leaves Quirtz all alone. This one's done. Dead in the water. For Quirtz to pull off a 1 versus 5 here would be monumental. I think now just try and make it expensive.
Nice round. I mean, what can you do there if you're Quirtz and SBT, if I'm not mistaken, the last one alive? But great round from Catchii. It was an eco. The deals worked out. The 5-7 got the entry. The flash. It was the great. Basically, they made the right decision to stack on this B side and play a little bit aggressive. As soon as Crowley got that AK, he started popping off, man. I mean, he started with a deagle. That reflects a lot. He just had that confidence in him.
Gotta say, I mean, you know, you look towards this side of Catchii, and they were already starting to look, in my eyes, you know, pretty deflated off the back of the pretty bad starts, would be the best way to put it, and that can really give you a kind of morale boost, right? When you've converted a round off the back of an eco, it gives you a lot of economy, and of course, it gives them some success. Potentially, we might have some comms rounds now, so let's take a listen.
I'm Molly sandbags.
Molly mid.
Yeah. One Molly B. Molly Nate and B.
Can you spam?
He's spamming me.
Heavy P.
Dead.
Nice.
I think
Nothing
I
B
hit
lobby.
the
Can you flash? Can you flash right side?
Yeah, I flash. Boom.
One hit.
Nice.
I
5
hit. That's
Something
the
big.
So,
Something
let's
big.
go.
Take clear B.
We have full nades, but
Guys,
Yeah,
guys, please come here. Come here. 3 come here. We will triple boost for headshot.
They are all mid. They leave B. They leave B. I'm taking space on B, guys. Yeah.
Just pressure A with nades and go back.
Yeah. Come B.
Wait,
Come
guys.
B. I have B. I have B, bro. I'm beside.
Okay, okay, sorry.
Just come.
1
headshot.
A.
Can start to run if you want.
It's okay. I don't run, so they don't rotate. It's okay.
1 elevator, 1 A. There should be only one
I'm
in front
running
of
now.
me somewhere. Yeah, come.
One city
will-
coming.
I
City
can
coming.
molly.
Maybe holding you.
Can you flash city so I cross? Or molly him,
Left.
it's deep, like deep.
I'm molly heaven, bro.
They cannot save. I'm holding it.
Yeah, I'm
Like, I
mid.
Pick on me. Pick on
Yeah.
me. One was city.
You have heaven or not?
No, I don't have.
I'm gonna
Okay.
have it for you soon.
Didn't see city, bro.
Clearing now.
Picking event, don't see. You have money.
Strax, you can come from mid.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, I'm already going.
Yeah, okay.
Just go hunt them
see.
again. I was dead.
Sebos, give me flash.
Yeah, you
I'll
flash
flash you
me?
deep city, yeah.
Flash?
Oh,
When you can.
Flashing.
I'm flashing in con as
Boom.
well. Flashing there.
Yeah,
They're pushing ramp, no?
yeah, they're
Yeah,
pushing
one
them.
is.
Yeah.
controls up.
Crane,
When?
crane with up. Crane.
One gap.
Gap as well. That's okay.
I fuck him.
Fine, let them save.
Good job.
And mid pop again if they have this spy.
Good round. Very, very good round, I gotta say. I think, you know, just the AWP being posted up over towards A causing all the problems, right? As we said, it kind of denied them having the ability to full save. And for the Prodigies, again, they've kind of turned the momentum back in their favour, in a way. That's what matters most. 3-round lead, held up. Question is, can they find any more? Legs spotted. Avu does take a pop shot, gives away his position. No one falls.
No one falls indeed. We just heard the comms at the last second that they will pop in again with this buy, and they're going to get the entry. Straxi gets the entry onto XD Pirate, and Quiston in a great position. A free kill. No, what a whiff! FNK is going to get the headshot. It's all down to Freco, and he's going to be good just for one. SBT gets the trade immediately, and Krale and Avo have got nothing to do. Man, oh man.
The entries have been huge, right? I mean, I think we looked towards yesterday. Quirtz was kind of the real kind of person you'd look towards in terms of finding entries. And even today, I mean, he's been absolutely farming so far. 10-3 currently stands. That round, Straxi, fantastic. So much space gained off the back of just one kill alone. As the bomb goes down, the post spawn set up, there's no real way that Catchii can get back in towards this round. Zero's a post up. Needs to be careful that it all isn't dropped. Tough peek. Does get some damage, but it's unfortunate. No kill. Charlie survives with 18 points of HP, but Quirts might try and deny that ult being saved.
Or he can secure it for Zerus, maybe. The distance was close, but still. A great round nonetheless. Mid, pop. The flash was great. Unlucky timing for the opponent there. Actually got the entry. And then the whiff from Quiston. Oh, you really gotta win those, man.
Yeah, of course.
Unlucky.
You hate to say it. You really do. You really do hate to say it.
Yeah.
But what you love to see, the Prodigies pulling away 6-2. This has been a fantastic start for them. And, you know, kind of the polar opposite of what we saw yesterday, right? They started 6-1 down. It was really rough, but they've completely revitalized themselves.
Definitely. I mean, they haven't played Vertigo in a while, so maybe that they got the nervous out of the system yesterday, and that's why they bounced back late, but better late than never. And now, onto this 9th round. We got a little aggressive play on the ladder room. I think it's Quiston. Yes, he's already got great positioning. I don't know if FNK is going to expect this. The bomb is also there. FNK is going to get the entry. Great awareness.
Really liking what I'm seeing so far here from the Prodigies, but this might change things. Great from FNK. Timing works wonderfully in his favor through the wood. SBT will find one and fall away. This has been a fantastic... Hang on a second. What is that no-scope from a Vu? How has he hit that? How?
Dude. A flick and a no-scope? Wow, if you're FNK there, just sit down. There's nothing to do, but he has done plenty enough in this round. 2 entry frags for his team. The wall bang, looking for it out, but he's not going to shoot. He did not hear the bomb start planting. And another scenario where Catchii just had to save at this point.
I cannot believe he hit that no-scope. Even if the round doesn't go their way, that is nuts.
It's replaying on my head, man, time and time again, and we're probably going to see the replay again after the round.
I'm going to have to see it again. Pewpew boys, I'm calling upon your magic. I need to see how he's hit that shot. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you know, in the grand scheme of what is this game and what is this round, it doesn't go in their favor. So it doesn't have any major implications, which is a positive thing for the Prodigy. But yeah, a bit of style points, you know, silver lining in what was a tough round loss. But that was a ridiculous no-scope. Not often you see that. You got to say, kind of lucks on his side, probably. But heading into round number 10, a pretty decent lead being held. I'll take another look again. That is insane. And a headshot as well. Just that insult injury. That is ridiculous. I mean, that is a shot you hit, you know, for the amount of, you know, CSGO these guys play once every, like, 3 years.
Probably. That's a really accurate way to put it for the how insane that shot was. But looking to this 10th round, the Prodigies are coming with a faster pace on ramp. We got Crowley. He gets shut down by SBT. Another entry for the Prodigies. It's down to XD Pirat at the moment. He's getting some backup by Quiston. But the Prodigies are not going to rush things down. Yes, they have got the entry, but they're waiting for the reaction of Catchii. And they're looking for a fight. They're looking for a fight on ramp. The flash is going to come in. XD Pirat looking for that trade. Zerus is going to get the kill. Quiston, the first one, needs more than that, but he's going to back off for now and just live.
Smart decision, I think. There's no real need to be too forward facing there, right? They've got the numbers in their favor. They've still got a decent amount of space. Pop flash will come through at the back of Zerus. Quist, bit of space to work with. Hang on a second. FNK just walked out towards B. No one's here. Surely there's just Beck in a rotation. Once he's spotted, and as that rotation has been spotted, no one in towards ramp. They know they're going for a B hit now. It's a foot race, basically.
Oh, FNK. Will they expect him to be this aggressive? Yes, Abu with the op is going to get the kill onto him. And it's down to Quirts and Straxi. 2 versus 3. Not as healthy as you'd like, but we got Quirts and Straxi. They can do magic with these AKs. Abu is going to switch to the AK himself. The nade close is looking good for the Catchii side. Dunk onto Straxi, and Quirts gets killed by Quiston. A nice round by Catchii. Finally, winning a full buy.
That's a great retake, actually, as well. I mean, you know, it's a 3 versus 3. Just before, may I say, the bomb goes down. When they take numbers in their favor, all they do is play crossfires on the way in towards the site. Granted, the util does find themselves one, but it's great knowledge coming in from Catchii. And I kind of, you know, for them, a bit of a necessity round. I think the only thing that really caught the Prodigies off guard there was once we saw kind of that one player dropping towards ramp, right? You know, he
Yeah.
falls, and that's fine, right? They know they're going for a B here. I think maybe then you just prioritize getting the bomb down and making sure you're set up rather than trying to wrap round in towards CT, because you really don't have an idea about timing if anyone's posted up there. And of course, unfortunately, Avu was posted up with the AWP. So I think that's the only thing I would, do different going forward, is maybe not overextending towards spawn. But aside from that, not too bad. We'll take a listen at the comms once again.
So if
Break the
take
window
fast
for-
A and go B.
Break the window for me, guys, please.
No,
This
which one?
one.
Which one?
This-
I'll pick B.
I don't know. You do it. I don't know if I break the good one. But we should do the same fast take ramp, guys. Never mind. Just cancel
Don't do it, don't do it. I will do
flash.
this. Just hold
Bye.
Ivy for me, guys. Hold Ivy for me.
He can be out already.
Ivy
Careful
smoke.
ladder.
Watch
Probably
out.
ladder. I can flash for you ramp.
It's fine.
Holding Ivy.
Watch
Get
out
in
in
the
the
smoke.
smoke.
Oh, sandbag up.
Yeah. Inbox.
Can you
I'll
flash
nade him.
up ramp, maybe? I'll throw one, then you throw one, okay?
Yeah.
Flashing there. Flash.
Flashing.
He smoked himself.
We can
Flash
mark
it.
that.
Ladder. I don't have the back, guys.
One spamming.
There's spamming.
He flashed over sandbag.
Guys, we can go
Be
back.
pushed. Be pushed.
Guys, can we contact mid?
Ivy.
Traxi, let's go ladder and go mid.
Yeah, let's go.
There is scope on A.
They full clear B.
Scoped?
Yeah, you were me high.
Mid close. Careful,
Lick,
flash.
lick.
They will flash maybe.
No, in touch, yeah, we hear you.
They're boosting. Wait. Ah, boosting.
Do we save here?
I think we have to.
Well, of course, 20 seconds left. Not looking too good for the Prodigies, right, is it? 5 versus 2.
Turns.
It's a safe call, exactly. You know, when you listen to these comms rounds, sometimes, it's always nice to listen to the comms on a round which is won, but it's always interesting to listen to them when they lose, right? Because you can kind of see about how they're kind of mentally resetting, how they're just making sure that they're saving and recouping as much of the losses as they can. And, of course, that's what we see in towards the latter stages. They've all get themselves one kill on the way out, so a silver lining, right? A positive.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's definitely interesting to see how they manage. And we saw, of course, he knew that they were boosting, but he lost the duel against Quiston. And one thing that Catchii did this round that caught SVT off guard, because he's the lone lurker on B, the double push, and Quiston got that first entry in. From that point on, it was kind of chaos, not having enough information around the map for the Prodigy side. But another full buy in this 12th round. The op is on Zurus. 4 AKs for the Prodigy side, and Crush is looking to take the fight on ramp. Exit at 0 and 8. Is this going to be his first kill or not? He's playing behind the smoke. Verts is so close, and the smoke is going to fade in about 5 seconds, and both parties are going to come back. Zurus? Oh, Crowley has got the entry. We saw Avu before with the op, and now it's Crowley. They're trying their options. Catchii.
Oh, on the very least. And we're starting to see Catchii wake up a little bit, right? I mean, it was already starting to, maybe begin to seem like a bit of a walkover, a bit of one-sided. But thankfully, we're seeing at least a bit of fight coming out of the Catchii side. Job's not done just yet, though. Minute left on the clock. We've seen teams convert from this position before, and especially the Prodigies. So I'm not going to count them out by any means just yet. Seeing a little bit of a jump peak come over the top of the sandbags. At the moment, realistically, for Catchii, all they have to do is wait for the mistakes.
And here's the flash. FNK is full blind, but they're not opting to fight. Crowley is going to peek with his op, and he's not going to see anything on yellow. XD Pirat, there we go. His first kill of the match. It's on FNK, and Quiston is ready for mid. Straxi goes down, and so does SVT on B. Freka, they're ready. Catchii, they know what's going on. Pretty much, it's all down to first. 1 versus 5. This would be legendary, but no. Gets killed immediately from Freka. A flawless round, the first one from Catchii.
Yeah, and of course, as you mentioned, a first kill on the board there for XD Priya, if I'm right, that's how you pronounce it. Not exactly
Something
sure.
like that.
Something along those lines. First kill. I mean, always a bit of a confidence booster, right? So it's not nice to see that. Catchii, at least, you know, they're making this competitive, right? They're starting to get back into this. We saw yesterday, right? We had such an even half. It was 8-7 at the half, right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, the Prodigies went on to win that one 69, making it very one-sided in that second half. It could be more of the same here, right? Where it's very one-sided to kickstart things, but then, you know, heading into the second half, they find their form once again. A 1-for-1 trade in towards Ali, and AK collected 2.
Straxi has got that smoke and 2 flashes. They can work things out on this A side. The Tech 9s for the run and gun, they're the thing that you want. Straxi should drop that AK since he's not that healthy onto Kurz maybe, or someone else. It doesn't matter. But here's the aggression coming from Catchii. You will see the mollies coming in and the flash. Freka is close range. Abu is going to burn Straxi. Crowley with the ob is going to get the first one. Abu, another molly kill, and Crowley with the last one with a 5-7 to finish it off. 6-7. Catchii are one away from equalizing.
It's a point now where it's actually maybe even mildly concerning. Like, Catchii are looking very, very good. I mean, they're at a point in which I've got to say I'm impressed with the work they've been putting in. And for the Prodigies, they want to see out this half in at least the most emphatic fashion that they can. Granted, going towards that round, it wasn't really too much of an investment, so I guess we can't really be too negative over towards the Prodigies, but they have to convert these sort of rounds. That full buy coming out. Zera's actually opting for the AWP as well, so we're seeing them kind of being forced to play a little bit more traditional, right? You know, Zera saying yes, he doesn't normally like to pick up the AWP. This time he's sort of being forced into it. Doesn't matter, quotes will fall.
That's a fast one from Crowley. Another entry for Catchii, but still the Prodigies. SBT, there we go. It's been a while since we won a duel on this B side. Freka goes down. There's 2 more players here. SBT, I don't know if he's going to expect 2. He's made enough sound. Quiston knows his position, but the advantage is still on the Prodigy side. Here comes another headshot from SBT. Crowley and XZ Pirate. Sorry, 2 versus 4 for this round.
Impressive stuff so far. I mean, we're actually in a concerning point here. Zurus, that AWP rattling off and leaving it all down to 1. And I think, realistically, in a 1 versus 4, it's got to be a save. Bomb will go down.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a Prodigies up to an 8 on the board, guaranteeing a lead at the half, which is a massive, massive positive. And then on top of that, if they can take it any further in terms of success, right? If they can make the 9-6 half, much better than what we saw yesterday when it was 8-7, and it gives them just a little bit of a gap because we know that their pistols have been a little bit weak. They're over 3 right now on pistols.
Yeah, on Vertigo, as long as that goes. Zurus has got 2 kills with his op on this round, looking for the 3rd, but XZ Pirate is just waiting. Is he going to attempt a ninja? That would be funny, but no, there's not enough time on the clock. The Prodigies will secure the 8th, which is going to be massive. I mentioned it on the last stream as well. Vertigo, if you get those 6 or 7 rounds, you're good to go for that CT side.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, right? Catchii have at least made this competitive. There's a world in which Catchii are able to turn this back around towards their T side. A lot of teams actually prefer the T side of Vertigo because you're able to more easily kind of set the tempo and at least take, you know, those active engagements. That T side can match the pace of the CT in terms of getting to map control and things like that on Vertigo. So some teams do prefer it, right? But, you know, at the moment for Catchii, I think for them, they've been kind of close but no cigar, is one way I put it. They've been very close to making this a super competitive game, but just lacking that kind of finishing blow, right? And of course, as we can see, the Prodigy, they've guaranteed themselves a lead. There's a world, though, which they can make it to 7th at the half, and that's not a bad start. Crowley again with that all rattling off for 1.
Another entry from Crowley. Hats off to him. I mean, he's been putting some work with this op.
Agreed.
Zurus on the other side looking for a duel. It's not going to be easy. They're going to attempt for this retake. Of course, as for the flash, 2 players on yellow. He has the idea, but Zurus, 1 missed shot, and there you go. XZ Pirate with another kill added to his name. It's down to SBT, Straxi, and Kurz. Straxi is usually really good on these mid rounds to take this space on mid. Has information about 1 player. Smoke and Molly after. The nade is going to do some chip damage to him. SBT, that duel was really important. Freka finishes him off, and Kurz with a trade, and it's all down to Kurz. Versus 3 after the second headshot on the Quiston is definitely possible. He's got the bomb on his back and the ability to frag these boys.
There's a world, 1 versus 3. This will be a tough, tough clutch, but if anyone's going to step up, Kurz to be the MVP time and time again for the side. Has got a decent amount of sound cues to work with. Will he clear the close angle? No, he won't. At the half, 8-7 in favour of the Prodigies. That's the positive sign, but there still is for me, quite a bit of work to be done, right? I think this side of the Prodigies have been finding the majority of the success has been times they've been unable to close out clutches. And I think that opening kill going the way of Catchii has really kind of shocked the system over towards the Prodigies, where they've struggled to kind of get back into it, Mercer.
Yeah, definitely. But still, 8-7 is a really great score, in my opinion, on the C side. They have got enough rounds. And we know what happens when they get on the CT train. We got everybody tuning in with the kills. It was a good half, nonetheless. Nice comeback from Catchii. And congratulations to XP Pirate for getting those kills finally. But we're going to go into a quick break and come back with us second half shortly.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 8-7 at the half in favour of the Prodigies. That's the positive sign, right? The Prodigies, they've got a lead under their belt. The only thing that does slightly worry me, Mr. Pinkman, is pistol rounds aren't exactly their best friend on Vertigo right now. They're 0 for 3 in the last 2 days, so I'm not feeling too favourable on that side. But in the grand scheme of things, right, this side have looked just that edge better, and now they're going towards the CT side. A lot of teams have a lot of success in terms of controlling the map there on the CT, which is what we can see for the Prodigies in terms of some of their best work. That's where the likes of kind of Azurus will step up, the likes of SBT to find a lot of that kind of anchor success, right? So hoping going towards the CT side, we can get onto a good start and maybe, finally, a first pistol round.
No doubt. I mean, I don't know about the pistol. We're going to see how that's going to pan out. But yeah, definitely. The gun rounds have been good on the first half, but we saw Catchii playing a little bit more aggressive when they saw that it's not working to just stay on sites. Let's take those duels on ramp. Crowley with that op has got those opening duels like 2 or 3 times, if I'm not mistaken, and that had some impact. Freka on the other side was going back and forth against SVT on those B stairs. So we had like these 2 positions where Catchii just started to win some of the duels, and at that point it was hard for the Prodigies to bounce back, let's say in a 4v5 or a 3v5, and it's not as much as the numbers, let's say 4v5, it's more about the territory. They did not have information for the other side of the map.
And do you know what? I got to give a lot of credit on the other side over towards Avu. I think for me, he was the one who really was the linchpin to all the success for Catchii, right? I think him with that AWP, even to the point where he forced Eurus to kind of pick himself up and up, right? Because he needed to try and counter him. So, an aggressive pistol starting. And a good start, FNK for a double.
Looking for the third, but Xpira, he's got the super kill, actually. FNK, SBT on the fourth, and it's all down to Freka. 1 versus 5, a nice little 2 headshots, but that's going to be all. The Prodigies have won the pistol rounds. Yay!
We love to see it, finally. No celebrations, though. It's stern fate as they're looking to try and double it down. Going back to what I was saying earlier, right? What's most important is the force buys afterwards. The only thing is that for Catchii, with no bomb plant, they really can't force buy in. They don't have the money to do so. So on paper, this should be a clean-cut round for the Prodigies to find themselves up to double digits here, because Catchii, no real response in terms of weaponry.
Yeah, they've got a little bit of Tech 9s and rushing down mid. SBT is welcoming them with this FAMAS together with FNK. The M4A4, baby. 30 bullets. Give them all. Another triple kill for FNK. He's had some great impact rounds. The triple kill on pistol, definitely one of the most important things. But even in the first half, like, he was quiet, 1 to 4 or something. But there were those rounds where he just got like 1 entry or 2 entries at some point. So props to him.
Good stuff, really is. 3-round lead built up. Here's kind of the first full test, realistically speaking. Catchii going to pick themselves up towards AKs, 1 Galil brought out, and an okay amount of utility. And it's technically for the Prodigies just a bonus.
Yeah, but there's the edit from Crowley. Zeros with the MP9. Good for 1, not for the second. And no damage dealt. Still, we've got SVT alone. The Molly is going to get him some time, but not enough to stop Catchii from planting this bomb. The nade. He's waiting for that tick to hear that good nade, chip damage, but in a 3v4, I don't fancy their chances. However, if they get 1 quick kill, the retake is on. If not, you just have to save.
That's it. Bomb goes down. They can't really find a way back in. I think, as you said, it has to be a save goal here. Good thing is they'll have money to go in towards the next to full buy-in. Realistically, even if they want to, Quirks could drop one across, but, Zero's 3.3k.
Yeah.
Straxy 2.9, not going to be an issue as long as they keep these rifles in play. If there's a little bit of a hunt that comes through from Catchii, could be problematic. But 44, then they're going to X out the complete other way, and it will be Catchii up to 8. And the Prodigies kind of forced to give themselves up a round. They couldn't really contest over towards B. The second the MP9 falls, it was just too long of a rotation for them to be able to contest once again.
Yeah. 8 to 10, and we're actually going to head on into the comms of this 19th round.
I'm gonna nade in B. Just be ready to flash for me in the beginning.
Okay, yeah.
A1. 2A.
One away on B. Maybe B lobby one.
Flash A.
People A.
Picking.
They molly close mid. Can you come and flash for me?
B
mid?
right side on.
No one.
Right. Can make. He was right side.
No one
Should
should be
take.
close in the smoke. I'm just holding left side.
If B starts, come mid. Then we double push
No,
mid.
Ivy.
Try to don't die on it, we will double push mid.
Yeah, they can be
You're
hiding.
close?
No.
I'm just hiding some.
No.
Hiding
Check,
too.
they can rotate.
They
Yes,
did money
in
from
the
ladder.
They molly Ivy again from ladder. 2A.
He went down.
One back mid.
B stairs.
We have insane time.
Going to B. B stairs one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It should
blocking
be
B,
guys.
you should rotate
Go
B.
B, go B guys, yeah.
Rotate.
Maybe early side.
Can't
They're
be
double
out mid, right?
flanking.
No, nothing
If
mid.
they have a ladder,
B
but they
exit,
shouldn't be.
exit now.
Do pressure guys on B,
Yeah,
Quartz
the
and
pressure,
stairs.
yeah.
Flash
I'm
over, flash
flashing.
over.
High default.
One
Downside.
close to me.
Nice.
What is man?
Guys, I'm going back middle. Actually, no. You guys have to play first.
Default dead. You have kit quartz. Only you.
Just play late.
Downstairs?
You have one
Yeah.
smoke to this.
Smoking
Downstairs.
Yeah, one
Flash
flash.
stairs.
Flash, can you flash him?
Yeah, there is.
No
Yeah.
flash.
One white one stairs.
Ah, I locked, sorry. Fuck, man.
Fine, fine.
Fuck.
Another kind of, very close round, but the finest of margins proved to be kind of their downfall. First falling through the wood for SBT is kind of unfortunate. I think it's one of those things where you're just hoping you don't get spammed. The fact that he does means that they start kind of that round from the get-go at a man disadvantage.
Yeah, I mean, props to Catchii. They've been doing some good work for these past 2 rounds. And truth be told, I did not expect them to come off this heavily on the T side. The CT was really good for the Prodigies yesterday and when they had the first match, but they're putting up a fight. Freka has got the entry onto FNK, and they're ready for this mid push. But the Prodigies are going to back off. Not enough success, maybe. They did not see the end of the tunnel, the light there, to get an headshot, maybe. And Avu. And you see us preparing for this A play. They've already got IV control. Freka looking for the second one, down to 16 HP. The stack is here. 4 players for the Prodigy side.
Well, you two will come through. Crawl it. Oh, Nade coming off the back of it as well. Could be a problem. Close range. Util's fantastic. First swing is great too. These pistols just being pulled apart. I mean, for the Prodigies, you don't expect too much from them, but they are being pulled to mincemeat right now.
Yeah, they are. Like, not many. We see players having like the same amount of kills, but the impact for these past couple of rounds from Catchii has been sick, and it's more players who add XD5 into the. He has only 3, so this core of 4 players, if they don't stop with his AKs, if the Prodigies don't start stopping them, it's going to be an issue. Maybe starts to try with that time we had him on the lane. He said that they were not he started winning the duels at ramp. So this time around, we are here to fight.
Yeah, Catchii are putting up a much more closer affair to what we saw with our opposition yesterday. Only got 9 rounds yesterday. Catchii already up to the double-digit mark. They've tied this game up. The Prodigies need to be very careful. Their CT yesterday was actually kind of their quote-unquote weaker side, and we're kind of seeing a little bit more of that here. Tapping coming through. Information gaining towards stairs. Carly will be flashed off the angle. Spacing towards mid. It's a question of who wins the fight, and of course it's FNK.
been putting up numbers. SBT with another duel 1 on B against Crowley. It was the main force for these last rounds in the first half, but now 3 players remain. Freka is going to take some damage from the molly. Abu looking for a headshot on this A side. We got FNK and Quirce together, holding on. On the other side, Zurus is getting a lot of information that there's nothing on mid, so they know that something is cooking on A. And FNK already killed his name. Smoke is going to block his vision at the beginning, and the follow-up flash is good, but Quirce is looking for a duel. He's not going to give up this side easily. Freka behind these smokes. FNK is going to get the kill onto him. Quirce not ready, but FNK thankfully looking for the ace at this point. No, it's actually a triple kill, but still, huge impact. It's down to Exit here at 3 kills on his name. Will not find more. The Prodigies deny Catchii.
Really, thankful to see as well for the Prodigies just keeping that arm's distance away. And, it's the same conversation I come in towards the half about how the opening kill really kind of gives each side that massive boost in confidence, right? When you've got the numbers in your favor, you can just play the trades. And we kind of see a similar sort of mindset brought into that round when we saw that opening kill towards mid go their way. Everything starts to kind of just fall into place. It seems to be kind of the most important factor right now. And of course, for Catchii, 4x coming out for them. This time, though, failed to convert. More or less for both sides. Whoever loses this round is going to have a bit of a broken economy. This is a really important round.
Really important round indeed, and it starts in the favor of the Prodigies. Traxi is going to take down Nexi Pirat. Verts blind on ramp, but there's nobody there. Actually, it's just Freka, but they're playing more passive this time around. Looking for some duels in mid. We got FNK on connector on this previous spot. He had great success. Verts damage dealt to Crowley. That op is down to 30.
Already. Decent opener, right? And as we mentioned for the Prodigies, you can see how they're going to set themselves up in a bit of a buddy system. Make sure they're parked up together. Uses the ability to trade. They've got a very good amount of map control here. If Zurus takes contact, there's a quick swing to come through. Another one in towards CT as well, able to bring that support. Everything kind of set up and designed to work in their favor. In comes that utility over towards A. They're walking straight into the trap.
4 players looking to hit this A side. Catchii with 40 seconds. They have got the utility. Smokes and mollies. Crowley with that op, looking to take that first contact on CT. FNK is waiting on the other side with his AK. Zurich is going to find the first one, but Avo and Crowley are going to find 3 kills in quick succession. It's down to SBT and Straxi. They had the entry 5 versus 4, but it's not going to happen. The hard call, the hard pill to swallow. You've got to save.
It looked like a done round. I mean, it looked like everything was going to work in their favor. They had the numbers. They had the setup as well. They could have competed there, and then they just couldn't do what is, quote-unquote, arguably the more simplistic thing of just winning out those aim duels. That really causes such a problem where, of course, now, as you mentioned, for the Prodigies, their buy-in towards, round number 23 isn't going to be too great. You're going to see kind of double M4s brought to the table. Zurich can maybe force into one of his own, but then for FNK, at the very most, going to be a pistol and armor, and, over towards Quirt, be more of the same. If they do opt for a force in towards this next round, it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable. Straxi could potentially drop one as well, but it also means for him, he's not going to have any util, so it's going to be a very janky force buy.
I think at this point, the Prodigies should focus on stability. It would be a good time for a tactical timeout, but I don't know if they're going to call one at the moment. But we're going to see if they're actually going to force or not. On the other hand, Avu, man, again, the impact, he had those 2 kills. It was 3 versus 5 for a split second, but they got the trades immediately. And now FNK needs to put his brain on work to figure out what's happening, where are we lacking. And pretty much you just mentioned it. They just lost the duels. They had 3 players on that A side, but it did not work out.
Yeah, there's another world in which they hit those shots and it's a complete shutout over towards A, and we see the Prodigies up to 12. However, we'll take a listen at the comms going into a very crucial round.
Then be ready to flash.
I have no smoke.
Well smoked. Light smoke, yellow.
Yeah.
I
A
flash.
lot A.
Open A holding.
Yeah.
Flash right there.
Flashing.
He's close ramp.
Yeah,
Very
okay.
close. One more.
Yeah,
One
I'm in
more.
ladder, I'm in ladder.
He's very close ramp.
Ready smoke, Ivy.
I went back.
They might know I'm in
I
ladder.
flash in front for pressure.
I'm just falling back.
Pick your ramp, bro.
I'm leaving you, Saxia. I'm gonna go A.
Is it one way?
He's
No,
going
no,
sandbags.
it's
He's
over.
sandbags with up.
Alright, I have one flash. I can flash in your back when they come. Flashing in
He's
your
on top
back.
on sandbags.
Boom.
You have nades. So,
Push me there, push me there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Are they?
One side, I think.
Yeah,
Could
one
be
side.
ultimate. Could be ultimate.
I
Yeah,
hit him.
planting A. Planting A. Oh no.
Guys, I will flash you gap, okay? I will
Okay.
nade sandbags, then I flash for you.
Yeah, be at
Hitting sandbags
flash.
there.
Flash.
Flash it there.
Nothing
I'm
side.
holding
Ah,
A.
Molly.
playing A. Picking A.
Sandbags, sandbags.
Ramp.
All
Dead
ramp.
A.
Sandbags.
Sandbags.
Ramp.
Ramp.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Good job, Saxi.
Drop
Nice.
me gun, please, on default.
I give you.
Can do same, Sebas.
He did it right. We kind of said for these, you know, when we look towards this side in terms of the quite janky force buy we had coming into that previous, we just did the simple things, right, of winning out those angels. We saw how it was so costly earlier. That time, very, very decisive. Off the back of a not too great of a buy, they make it work. And once again, extend the lead, 12-11.
True, and if they win this round, they will finally get some stability on the CT buy rounds. Catchii on another full buy. We got the op on Crowley. He's going to be looking for duels on ramp. Quiston already up the ladder looking for that mid aggression, but the Prodigies look a little bit more prepared. But at the end of the day, you mentioned they won their duels. FNK started out. He's top of the scoreboard right now for the Prodigies. 17 kills on his name. He's been performing well when most needed. And Catchii, they're spreading their default as well.
That's it for now. Bit of a slower tempo being set here by Catchii. I think they realise that when they step up the pace a little bit, it can get a little bit chaotic, which doesn't actually work too well in their favour. We already mentioned earlier about how good the Prodigies are in terms of chaos.
Yeah. Now,
Even still, right? I mean, you look towards Catchii now. XD was tempted to have a little peek upstairs. I think even still for him, it's very risky. Spam coming through wood. He's giving away his position. I don't think they want to take face here too much. Probably the smart way to play it, but FNK will fall.
Fracka, what a shot. Now we have Quirce to do the heavy lifting. He's been a little bit quiet, to Quirce standards at least. Zers is also here. The Molly is going to delay them a little bit, but the majority of the Catchii side are going from Ivy or Gap, and they're going to plant this one down. Quirce with the first one of the Crowley, and the kill in the smoke. Looking for the third one. Triple kill guy Quirce, and the quad looking for that ace. It's not going to happen, but Quirce, what a round. I just mentioned him. He has not been performing so well, but he finally shows up.
Love to see it. Really do. We needed Quirce to step up to the plate. He was monumental yesterday, right? He was our MVP. He was someone who, for me, was, you know, he's been so impressive over the season. And you're spot on, right? A little bit quiet today. Thankfully, though, we see him step up to the plate here. So close to the ace. Would have loved to have seen him get it as well. Individually, fantastic here. Just that final burst he couldn't find. Doesn't matter. SPT will clean it up. Prodigies, really important round for them. They're up to 13th. But most importantly, they break the economy of Catchii.
Yeah, they do. And they can get to the 14th, but I'm not going to jinx it. Tech 9 for the Catchii side, and a deal on Crowley. A Glock on XD is the one who has invested in utility since his aim is not that good. Ooh, FNK, a lot of damage on the smoke, but here comes the flash, and here comes the entry for Catchii. Avo, now they've got an M4 to work with, and they still have a little bit of utility. 2 smokes, 1 flash. The Prodigies have rotated their third man here onto the A side, and the fourth is coming. Great nade by SBT. Catchii are still going to move and plant the bomb at least. They're going to get that extra 800 cash, but the retake should be coming in from the Prodigies. First flash coming in, and the second nade is great. Zuris, another nade kill onto XD Pirate. First with a headshot onto Queston. Now it's down to Avu and Freka, but they're going to go down from the AK of SBT. A nice round by the Prodigies, but it got way too close.
Yeah, that did get a little bit on the a little bit on the more dicey side, right? I think at the very least, seeing our success and seeing our consecutive success has been a bit of a challenge the entire game, right? I mean, both of these two sides have been really vying to try and at least build up somewhat of a gap. That round there, close, right? I mean, they got the numbers in their favor, got a little bit dicey off the back of the pistols, at least finding some success, but the main thing is a round in their favor. It's a third round in a row as well for the Prodigies, which is what matters most. But for Catchii, with a couple of kills under their belt, a bomb plant too, fairly decent money to work with.
Yeah, and look at the money on the Prodigy side. Yes, we got Fraxi on Siske, but the Rex are not looking that good. Crowley, is he going to attempt the wall bang? He's so ready for the flash. Straxley goes down. Entry for the Catchii side. SBT, the lone anchor on this B side. Crowley is still going to try and bug him out, but SBT is not backing down. He's looking for a fight actually to get this equalization to 4 versus 4, but there's 3 players behind this wall, and here comes the wall bang. Quisten, on the meantime, has got a lot of space on mid, and FNK has no idea of 3 headshots. Zurich and Quirts remain 2 versus 5, but they're going to back down immediately to save, to try to at least. Catchii are looking hungry.
I don't think the hunt's even too bad of an idea, to be honest. I mean, granted, a little bit low in terms of the cash. Time has been hurt. Messy spray. Thankfully, Quirt to be able to control himself there, set himself back up, and find yet another kill. Grawlet will fall. But it is Catchii going to be up to 12, right? So even still, this game has been so hotly contested in a way that we didn't really expect. I mean, again, the Prodigies have started to build themselves up into kind of, seeing this game off, making it quite clean on the ending point. Catchii not giving up, and I'm being impressed with kind of their sort of mental resilience, essentially. So, for them, I'm impressed with what we're seeing coming through here from Catchii. They're at least making this a competitive game, and there's actually a world in which they can further extend this. They can break the economy of Prodigies and potentially even tie up this game. Now, we are going to listen to the comms coming in towards the next round, so it'd be good to see if the Prodigies can get themselves up to 15.
Okay.
Smoke yellow, I will just flash and...
You are alone.
Flash B.
Mid, dead. Go
B
back,
flash
go back.
again.
I'm only
One
up.
down
One
A.
B.
It's running A. Ram.
I'm going. Did you go? Okay.
One way.
Okay, arrive.
In
Yeah,
Ivy, I
down.
will wall him.
Okay. I'm clearing from con.
He's burning.
He's burning. But he
I leave
pushed
mid,
the
guys.
wall
Leave
in.
mid.
One more. But not inside
But
the
Pushing
V1,
building.
V1, up, he's
V1.
boosted or something like that.
I'm only Ivy.
You killed him, Quert.
I know.
I felt the molly, bro.
Could be Ivy. Come push with me, Ivy.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm close.
I think he's there.
One B.
Hey side.
Flashing B in front.
Hey side.
Boom.
Crane, I mean. Crane.
Nice.
Last time.
That's crane.
I'm coming to you, Zurdiko.
No bomb, guys. Go take the bomb. Like,
He's in
the
orb.
bomb.
I'm
Let's go
taking.
together.
Great tree. Nice, oh, good job. Fuck, he scared me. That timing.
Whew, I got a little bit close, I think,
Yeah.
is one way to put it. I mean, even in that swinging towards ramp, there's a world in which he's not able to kind of, control his aim there. Luckily, it is to work in their favor. 15 to 12, one step away, one round away from the Prodigies seeing this one off.
A lot of relief when they got the OT secured at least, but let's look into this 28th round. Catchii have got 3 AKs, but a deal in the Mac 10 for Crowley and XD. Pivot. They're going to try and work with the ramp. Great flash and great molly from both sides. Still no kills. 10 players alive remaining. Avu looking for a headshot. He's been dangerous for the Prodigies. We know so far. The spray is great from Zurich. He's going to get the first one, looking for the second. But he's going to go down from Fractal. Still, a lot of damage dealt.
4 versus 4. Significant damage dealt towards the T side, though. Freecaf, not looking great. 37 points. Grawlet, 19. Not much better. Actually, Straxley going to play nice and aggro here. This could work wonders. The swing here. One bullet is all it's going to take towards the head. With his M4A1S, Straxley's in a great position. I don't think Freecaf will even think to clear it. That's an
If he does,
FIP
he's
as
low
well.
HP. Oh, wow.
The double peak.
3 players remain for the Prodigy side. We've got Crowley on mid, 19 HP. SBT is already in position. Quirts is going to win the duel against Crowley. It's down to SBT. How much can he get? The first one onto Quisten. Trade immediate from Freka. But he's low HP as well. But he's going to give a headshot nonetheless onto Quirts. FNK in the clutch situation. He's being good so far. And he's going to try this, definitely.
Again, credit to Catchii, they've turned around out of nothing. When the numbers are level like that, the HP so low with all the T side, for them to walk away with success here would be something. FNK to tonight, looking to see if he can just find a pixel to work with, but even still not being given anything. Straight off the back, and he will drop him out. Catchii up to 13. They've turned around out of nothing there. Yes, the numbers were the same, but there was so little HP over towards that T side.
Yeah.
That double swinging towards, the stairs position over towards B was everything.
Man, what a hero. Freka with a quad kill. And we saw, I think, a little bit of timing. He was holding for side, but as soon as he turned to the right, Freka peeked And the last player was XD Pirat. I mean, no disrespect to him, but he's having a tough match. 4 kills. I think the odds favor FNK, but it's not going to happen. We're going to have a marathon of 30 rounds at least. The only investing for the Prodigy side is Quirch on that Eagle and Armor. Rush on mid. They're not going to see anybody. Catchii are going to secure this bomb plant at least. And what happens? Oh, a Mac 10 on spawn. A nice gift for Straxi.
The moment. It's a slower approach here. I mean, you look towards kind of Prodigies this sort of round, the buy that they've got to work with, you really don't expect too much to be brought to the table. Straxi and a Mac 10 is not exactly a dream buy by any means, but if they can make it expensive just on the back of kind of playing this train game here, okay, there's something, right? Granted, the rounds are going to go in their favor. Pick up a couple of rifles, though, and that'll be a huge positive.
There we go. Straxi is going to collect one with that Mac 10. Crowley, illustrate, is going to get 2. Straxi doing a lot of damage. And the third with this Mac 10. The bomb is going to explode, but still great damage. And they collected 2 AKs. Judging at the economy, that was really important, especially Straxi getting 3 kills with that SMG. $600 per kill. He can secure that off for Zurus and has the AK for himself.
I gotta say, impressive stuff for me. I actually kind of, I respect kind of the Prodigies at least making that expensive. 3 kills off the back of what is a Mac 10 and a few USPSs actually is pretty impressive in kind of the grand scheme of what is a nothing round, a bit of a throwaway round in most people's eyes. But this is important. Prodigies, are we playing for overtime here? Or are we going to see it off 16-14? These guys have been pushed to the limit here on Vertigo. That's credit to Catchii. They've managed to kind of pull this one back from what was looking like a done affair.
Definitely, man. Huge credit to Catchii. Nice nade for this boost. Crowley and Xapira have both taken a lot of damage and the molly follow up, but Crowley's not quitting and he's going to be taken down by SVT Ambitions. From Crowley. He's not going to secure that first kill, sorry. Oh my god,
shot.
SBT.
5 versus 3, SBT 11 points of HP, does not care. It's just looking like it might be on its final embers here this game. Exquisite, looking in towards mid. Great swing, but Quirt's other ideas as he will be able to find himself a VOO. An important kill because VOO has been instrumental to success, but STP needs to stay alive.
Question in a great spot. SBT does not actually expect that. So, 2 versus 3 after 2 versus 4. Here comes another headshot by Fraka. He's been the hero on that previous round with a Quacky. Looking to be the hero once again. Quirch and Straxi. Great position, but the spray is better by Quiston. It's down to Quirch. He's the super player. This hero, the Prodigy side. And he definitely got what it takes. Oh, nice nade, down to 73 HP. He does not have a kill. I don't know if any other players had on that side. The bomb is getting planted by Freka. And Quirch knows that there's one player on mid. Has information, but he goes down. We're going to have overtimes.
Wow. These, I think the Prodigies, they'll look back at that round and realize that was it was a choked opportunity. That should have been a freebie. What you're seeing there, kind of a 5 versus 3, realistically a 5 versus 2 in terms of rotations. Yes, SPT's low at HP, but the fact that he's isolated means that B site is completely barren. I think they'll be, they'll realize that should have been closed out there and then, and probably closed out earlier in the game as well. It never even should have got to that place. So, I guess you have to the credit over towards Catchii in terms of, really well played from them. But it is a commiserations towards the Prodigies because it's mentally quite draining, isn't it? I mean, now we're going to go in towards OT where this side realize they should have seen it off. And the fact that they haven't, I hope it doesn't affect them.
Well, we're going to see that. I mean, we saw the faces of the boys after that because you just mentioned everything, how it should have gone down. The Prodigy should have locked this maybe a long time ago, but still, a 2 versus 5 clutch back against the walls on a match point. You don't see that every day. Well played, Catchii.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like we said, I think there's a world in which the Prodigy is now, mentally pretty down off the back of that. That is a really rough round to lose. 2 versus 5, and the fact that it's kind of choked out in that way, Yeah, I mean that one's it's tough to be positive over towards the Prodigies in that sort of round, right? Because you never really should see those rounds lost. All you have to do is play for the trades, right? And they're so isolated, so it allows for Catchii to kind of individually pick them apart. And the nade as well on that last guy rotating through means that he's starting off that 1 versus 2 at 70 points of HP. Everything was Catchii, credit to them, played perfectly by Catchii. The Danes really actually stepping up. OT becomes really interesting now because I think for the Prodigies, there's been so many times where they should have closed out this game, but then haven't. Is this going to be a problem going into towards OT?
Well, at this point, both teams will sort of reset their mentality, and I think it's going to be still a win for the Prodigies. I believe in them. Let's see. We're going to go to a quick ad break and return as soon as the match starts.
Hello, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are just about ready to get underway in towards overtime. It's 15 all. We're going to OT. The magic number we're looking for in OT number 1 is 19 rounds. Catchii, start the T side.
Catchii on this T side, they did the comeback. Freka, an insane performance for these last couple of rounds. The quad kill to secure 13th, and then on this last one, a triple kill. A great clutch. But the Prodigies, let's see if this little break has refreshed their minds, and are they going to be able to get 3 rounds on the CT side? Maybe I'm asking for too much, but I believe in them. Nice nade on mid. Quiston takes damage, and Zurus has got the entry onto Avu on ramp on the other side, looking for the trade. Crowley, SBT survives with 17 HP.
Numbers, favouring Prodigies. That's all that matters. But of course, we saw this in towards the 30th and final round, and it didn't quite work their way. So for now, we're going to get hosed up just too much. I think Vertigo has been a little bit of a struggle these last kind of 2 games. We've seen real moments where this Prodigy side have kind of dwindled compared to other maps as well, right? So maybe a little bit of a slight weakness for them. FNK down to 17. He takes a tag. He needs to be careful. But numbers still remain in their favour.
The boost is going to come in. Straxit takes a load of damage. Thankfully, he has the smoke to create some cover for himself. But Freka is not stopping. He's been performing insanely, and he gets the 2 players low HP and the third onto Straxit. A triple kill for this B side. Zurus is going to finally stop him at his toes, but he needs 2 more. Quiston and XD Pirat, they're not full HP either. The boost is going to be really great. Crush with a double kill. Now the tables have turned. Crowley 1 versus 2 with his deagle. He's going to peek out. The headshot. Oh no. Not like this. Not like this. A triple kill for Quirts. Great entries. Now, we saw the 2 versus 5 clutch from the Catchii side, and the Prodigies pull 1 magic of their own.
Yes, and it's quite, we've kind of said for him as well, maybe he's been a little bit on the quiet side. We haven't seen him be, massively kind of taking face and taking those engagements, but that's fantastic from him. Really, really stepping up to the plate, especially the back of Frikaf, who, farms his way in towards that side. That triple entry is brilliant, right? I mean, he has been unstoppable. And I think, you usually look to someone like Quirts to try and shut him down. And there's a great example of what Quirts can bring to the table. While, for Freegav, he has been the one who has been the difference maker in the server today. Quirts is now starting to find that confidence to at least challenge him.
True. Freka, he's been putting up those numbers up, down, every side. CTNT. We had a little bit of tactical timeout, I don't know from which team, but now we're back. And the 32 round, 30 seconds, sorry, round has started. We got full buy from both sides, obviously it's OT. And 5 AKs, no up this time around for Catchii. FNK with a spray on the smoke. Zurus got that kill earlier on yellow through the smoke, looking to find the same success again.
Ooh. Freka, hang on a second. Bit of forgot. Zurus, other ideas. Oh, good for 1.
Nice flash.
Great flash will come through as well, and Quirts makes it yet 1 more important. They're going to go make their way back in towards mid, but realistically, SPT doesn't really need to take face here. As long as he gains information, that's all that matters.
Yeah, it's a dub in his book, and he's got utility to back this defense off. We already got Quirts coming to CT to help us, and FNK aggression on ramp. He's going to get the kill onto XD Pirat. I don't know if you saw the bomb on the left corner, but it's right there. Nice shot by Quiston onto Quirts. Another 2 versus 5 is looking to be done. 3 kills coming in quick succession for Catchii. SBT and FNK versus Crowley and Quiston. 45 seconds on the clock. FNK, I don't think he saw the bomb because he's on T-spawn right now. Crowley is being cautious at the moment. Is he going to see FNK? Oh, the timing's not on his side. But he has a feeling that somebody's right there, but it does not matter. FNK gets the better of him. It's down to Kristen. 1 versus 2 from ladder.
Nano drop. As long as the molly doesn't tick him, he's okay. Doesn't give away that sound cue. Bomb dropped at the tough one to clear FNK. He'll rotate towards the left-hand side. Oh, and Question doesn't clear it properly. Thankfully, the Prodigies are able to see that one to success in their favor. And as we head into towards the next round as well, we will have the comms coming through, so we can take a listen to kind of what they're thinking. But a bit of a hectic round once again. The important thing, though, is the Prodigies turn it in their favor. They've taken the first 2 rounds here on their CT and support. Now, we'll take a listen to the comms.
Do the molly, you know, the jumping one, and then
Anti-molly and nade.
then go nade off the wall.
There we go.
They rush or not?
Yeah, they flash.
I
They
don't
smoke
hear
Ivy.
much. I don't hear much. Maybe one.
Get A.
2 B
blind.
at least
I'm
in the
blind,
beginning.
sir.
I'm taking
Sorry,
second
my
flash. Yeah. I got 2 flashes. Careful mid gap.
I will spam sandbags.
I'm watching the boost for you.
One
They're
down,
flashing.
Don't see a boost.
Yellow,
They
he's up
smoke
yellow.
Ivy.
They clear
I
sandbags.
leave you mid, Zurus.
Flashing crane.
They are close.
I'm gonna
A.
smoke B.
We need
Okay.
some backup. Eh?
Go flash peek on B. One stealth. It's okay.
Maybe faker.
I have Ivy,
That
okay?
mid.
I'm on
I
board.
have
Flashing.
Ivy.
Ramp on. Up
I have
ramp dead.
another flash.
5v3 guys, 5v3.
Flashing.
I have
And
Ivy.
go back, go back. Yeah,
One
go
more.
back.
He did smoke from Ivy.
I'm playing from
He's
quad.
going
Just
back.
stay
He's
in
going
quad.
back.
I'm staying quad.
Get mid, Zoris.
Walking stairs.
I have
Yeah,
mid. You can
monkey.
go B.
I'm still holding mid.
Okay.
I think they're still coming A because he did face steps. He can be
Yeah.
even close.
I go back.
Careful A. We are good on B.
He can be close well behind the
Yeah,
smoke.
it's fine.
I have molly for a plant after.
They can boost left. I'm not watching.
Yeah, it's okay.
They
Molly.
molly me. I have Ivy. They flash.
Flash.
I
Ivy.
can wait. I have to be molly.
You can molly.
One close Ivy. Close wall.
I'm ready.
Yeah, close well.
Go A, go A, go A. It's okay. It's okay. I'm good.
2 on A.
Dead,
Two-
dead.
Yeah, one more.
2 more. Round more.
Nice. Okay. Flash behind you on it.
Ah,
Good job, guys. Perfect. Hey, one wound,
Take the
guys.
flash.
Parfait, c'est
Oh
parfait,
wait,
guys.
last round.
Perfect. Good way to put it. And exactly what they needed. 1 round is now all that they need. We're starting to see the dominance that we probably hoped we see kind of in the main stage of the game, right? You know, in regulation. Finally, though, we're seeing them find that confidence in towards OT. 3 out of 3 on towards their CT. Now we look on towards the T side, and we're basically hoping for more of the same.
Yeah, I mean, I asked for a 3-0 and they delivered. Props to Zurich, though. For 3 consecutive rounds, he was the guy who found the entry with the op at all
Yeah.
of them. Well played. And we saw how it went out after they got the entry. The confidence was there and everything. Great comms and FNK with the read because we tuned in onto these comms on the last round and we heard FNK. Maybe it's fake step. I think they will finish A. They should be close. Watch out. And they were really prepared. 18-15, 1 round needed to close this out. Prodigies on op onto Zurich and 4 AKs.
For the Prodigies, this is prime time. And a great start
There
as
we
well.
go.
Zurus and that AWP has been rattling off. He said yesterday he didn't like to use it, and he's looked fantastic with it. And Quirt's one more.
Oh, wow.
Make that another. 2 versus 5, and surely they can't choke this one.
Slaughterhouse. Another 2v5. It's not happening. Straxy very ready for that B push. He's going to give the headshot to Quiston. It's all down to Freka. He's been a monster. A driving force for the Catchii side, but asking a 1 versus 5 from him is too much of a task. But let's see. He's on the right side. Here's the steps where flashes are coming in. FNK is low HP. There's a world where he wins this. Looking for the first headshot. It's not going to find anything. GG's, well played. 19-15. The Prodigies secure their 10th win on ESEA main season 43rd. But what a match, Neokai.
Whew, I mean, it took the distance. We went into overtime, but it was flawless in overtime, and that's what matters most. But they got pushed, right? I mean, we really saw this Prodigy side kind of for the first time this season, apart from their second game, which that one went to OT as well.
Yeah.
You know, aside from that, we've kind of really seen the Prodigy kind of stomp their way through. They got that 1 loss against Kazu Store Boys, but you know the rest of the wins of their belts, they've been very one-sided. You know, a 16-4 to open up the season. Last game was a 16-9, pretty dominant stuff. Their last game that they played before that, again, another 16-9. So we're seeing this Prodigy side kind of steamroll their way through the season. That's the first time in a long, long time that we've seen the Prodigies actually get tested and, actually feel the pressure a little bit. It went towards OT, and there was a world in which going in towards OT, we see Catchii able to maybe reignite themselves, find some success, but not to be 19-15. And we will have SPT joining us for an interview momentarily, so we can bring him in and talk through the game. SPT, thank you very much for joining us, brother. Congratulations on the game. Talk us through it
guys.
all the way to OT.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, it was a really hard game, really long. Feeling tired after that.
All right, great. Question about the T side. You had a great start, and then Catchii caught up, pun intended. What do you think happened on those last rounds in the first half?
I think we are not full focused. Like maybe we are too much confident, so we are not like we didn't keep to listen or captain or something. I don't know. We were just doing our own plays, and it wasn't working. I think we were too much confident, and that's why we just lost on because we didn't adapt. We were trying to play for the kills, etc. It wasn't the good way to do it. But we managed to adapt after, so it's okay.
So yesterday we spoke to Zurus, and he was saying that he doesn't really like to pick up the AWP in towards Vertigo. He likes to kind of just go for the rifle, and we kind of saw you guys start off like that. You know, Zurus was mainly going for a rifle, and then we saw him change it up. He picked up the AWP, especially towards overtime as well. He was fantastic with it. Was there like a decision made by you guys saying, Zurus, we kind of need you to pick up the AWP, maybe challenge their AWP or a VOD?
No, it's him alone choosing to take job because I think on this map it's the own feeling of the job because it's a map where you have a lot of smoke, molly. Like with job you can do a lot of things. So just when he's feeling it, like he spotted that the AWP against us was picking a lot on A, so he wanted to punish him. At the end, it was working, so it was a good adapt from him, and But it's his own choice, like if he wants to play it or no on this map.
All right, good. Well, I have a question. During the pause, which you guys had after you tuned into overtime, 15-15, talk to me. What's happening? What was FNK saying? How are you guys feeling going into overtime?
We take a small break, like some people just stand up, take some water, wash their hands, just like chill a bit. Then when we came back, we'd say, let's go, let's full focus. Because we lost 5 versus 2, 5 versus 3, some rounds like this that we shouldn't lose. So to not tilt, like we decided to chill a bit, come back full focus and finish the game. Like, because we take a really hard one, like we shouldn't have lost, and it was better to not tilt, chill a bit, and come back after.
Perfect. Well, final question I want to ask you. You've now got, if I'm right in saying, I think it's 3 games left of the season. What's the preparation going to be like going in towards those last 3 games? You're, at the moment sitting, if I'm right in saying, second in the entirety of main. So what's the preparation looking like just to make sure you see off the season at a really high note?
But preparation is going to be like with full practice now. We only play like we need to be on fire for the last matches and for the playoff as well. And we're going to finish to prepare our maps as well because, we don't have a lot of map right now since with this lineup we are playing together since 3 weeks only. So, we didn't have the time to prepare a lot of map. So now we are trying to speed on the maps and to practice a lot. So we keep playing, being on fire. Even we fix the mistakes really fast, and that's the preparation.
Well,
that's the plan.
Thank you very much for joining us, brother. I appreciate it. Congratulations on the win as well. It took overtime, but it's what matters to get the win on the about. So thank you for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Take
care.